Jared here from the Heel to the Face podcast. It is SummerSlam Sunday, and I'm coming to you live from Ashbury Park, New Jersey, the home of Bam Bam Bigelow. And right behind me, the famous Stone Pony Music Club. It's a place where people like Bruce Springsteen got their start, and it's so famous that WWE created an official SummerSlam shirt this year with the Stone Pony on it. And we're not even really that close to East Rutherford and MetLife right now, but we're close enough that we're going to be heading back up to MetLife and East Rutherford in just a short period of time, hanging out on the beach, enjoying the summer that is SummerSlam weekend here on the Jersey Shore. But what a night we got in store tonight. We all know about what happened last night, obviously. Seth Rollins cashing in the money in the bank. A unbelievable conclusion to night one of SummerSlam. How are they going to top it? Because we all know that night two is the real conclusion for all of these two-night events. It's the first time that we've had a Sunday night PLE since WrestleMania. But that's what you get when you get these two-night events. Tonight, it's all about John Cena, what we saw on Friday night. The whole, is he a face? Was that a work? Will the final boss come out? Will Cody Rhodes turn heel? All those questions should be answered here tonight, just like the question of if Seth Rollins is really hurt was answered last night. Fun fact, right next to MetLife Stadium is the Continental Airlines Arena, the Izod Center, the Brendan Byrne Arena, a place that currently still stands but is not in use anymore. But it was the home of 1997 SummerSlam, the place where Stone Cold Steve Austin famously broke his neck, the main event between Bret Hart and The Undertaker. And what's so crazy about that is it took place on this exact day in 1997. It took place the earliest a SummerSlam has ever taken place until 2022, when July 31st SummerSlam was in Nashville. So at that time, an early in August, SummerSlam was out of the question. It was like crazy to think. August 3rd, SummerSlam, but there was that year in the Continental Airlines Arena, and now we're going back to park in the same spot, in the same place. The difference is about 3 times the size of the crowd. In fact, tonight, my seats are in a place where tarps were last night, so that means that the 53,000 they announced last night, they're going to announce a lot more than that tonight, because John Cena, Cody Rhodes, that is your main event for the championship. Other big matches, Solo versus Jacob inside of a steel cage. Dominic versus AJ for the IC Championship. Don't forget, we got the triple threat for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, and Naomi, who cashed in her money in the bank back at Evolution. Other big matches on the card tonight. How about SummerSlam TLC? So many teams involved in that. Can't wait. Maybe that'll kick off the show. I'm hoping not, because I want to see the Wyatt Six entrance in the dark and not so much in the light. But I guess you'd have to be close to the main event to have that kind of atmosphere. But SummerSlam 6 matches tonight. Raw tomorrow in Brooklyn. I'll be back in Syracuse, New York before then. But a huge night ahead. Last night, a ton of surprises. A little bit of a surprise in the main event and how they exactly worked the Seth Rollins situation. How are they going to do it tonight? Because we all know they're going to try to top last night. And I'm going to go on a limb and say this. I think last night, Seth Rollins cashing in his Money in the Bank was the best ending to any of the WWE two-night PLE events, aka all the previous WrestleManias that were 2 nights, that have happened thus far. We've had some good endings to night 1 of PLE before, right? Sasha and Bianca in the women's main event, you know, the Boneyard match, all that stuff. Sure. But I think last night was the best ending to a night 1 of a PLE so far WWE has given us. But, well, we better hit the road, because the gates are about to open in about an hour or so. We got about an hour or so drive back to East Rutherford for SummerSlam Night 2.